Welcome back. I'm Tedward. Welcome back to my last day here in New Jersey. I've traded out of the GT4 for my commuter and traded into a 911 Carrera GTS with a soft top, but it's actually not very soft. This is very hard and does a great job insulating sound and noise and vibrations and all that good stuff, but we got to get to work and grab some coffee. So let's start up this 3-liter flat 6. Oh yes. Fires up our wireless Apple CarPlay. We have a dashboard that I'll miss because we've got a tachometer front and center that is not a screen. What a bummer that the newest ones are going to the screen. So that's why I think as a 2024 model, this being non-hybrid and having the non-full screen dashboard is probably going to become somewhat desirable. Let me just take a quick peek around and show you what it looks like outside. This one is white and it has graphite blue interior, which I hope comes off on camera because it can look a little gray in certain lights, but it is blue. Anyway, 992, always looking classy. I love these wheels, and this is one of those sort of dream cars that you could daily drive and have as a sports car. This to me is kind of the essence of what having a 911 is all about. It's not just about having a GT3 or a 2RS or the racy cars. It's about having a Porsche that you can drive all over the place year round. And you can, of course, find all-wheel drive Porsches. This is two-wheel drive, which makes me like it even more. We've got tons of frunk space. So let me just show you what we've got going on under here, because I told you I'm leaving today, which means I got to go on an airplane, and I have my big bag because I've got all kinds of cameras and stuff, and you know, that fits all right. Now, if I had two people, we were going on a trip, I still have all that space in the back because I can fold these down and make a parcel shelf, and then yeah, you can still throw some more bags in there. This has the strap. That one is working nicely. I think they break in a little bit with use, but I've definitely been in newer ones, like brand new cars with like no miles on them. And sometimes that strap can be difficult to make work, and it's super frustrating. So anyway, heated seats, this layout is fine. I do love these buttons. These feel really good. However, you know, piano black and some of these buttons, some of this stuff feels cheap, and this is a $200,000 car. And that does get you a little hot and bothered when you're thinking about it. The other thing is I always feel like I have to have T-Rex arms with Porsche's new design on where they place these buttons. This one also has a 7-speed manual transmission. That's nice. And yeah, let's get to work and grab a cup of coffee. This has the front axle lift, which at this point I do think is a must for a car if it's going to be something you're going to use regularly, just because you don't want to scrape up a very expensive front end. It just doesn't seem worth it, and the couple $1,000s or less that it costs to get the front axle lift, I'll put the number there. I think I'm right about that. It just makes so much sense. Taking me on the highway? No, that's weird. I don't understand that. This is a very short commute, so I'd be surprised if it took me on the highway. So initial impressions. This is a pretty stiff suspension. It was odd because when I got into this car after driving the GT4, I actually thought the GT4 was a more comfortable daily, which is just not the expectation that I had for these Porsches. In comfort mode, it absorbs a little more. If we put it in sport, that's where, you know, when we go over these railroad tracks, you're definitely going to feel things. Oof, yeah. I even, off throttle, I swear, I even just thought traction control light go on. Like, that's how stiff it is. It got that light that it was thinking, hey, I've lost grip with the ground. These seats, these 18-way adjustable seats, are ultra nice. I actually really like these, but I have to recommend that if you're gonna buy one of these cars, a lot of people buy these cars basically sight unseen. Go to a dealership, sit in these seats, please, because they can be a little tight. I mean, I have a small frame, and you know, they feel like they're built for me. They feel like they're tailored for me, which I guess we went back to normal mode. It kills our auto blip, which is fine. We can do that ourselves. I would worry about someone who's maybe a little larger and just ends up disappointed with their car. But you might not fit. This shift action's nice. It's no GT3. However, it is an easy car to get in and drive. I think the manual option on this and the Carrera S, I wish they were offered throughout more of the range. You can get them on a T, but can't get it on a base Carrera, and you know, times they are a-changing. So while we may have been very, very persnickety and critical of the shifter feel relative to GT cars, now we're like, just get it, because this is a dying thing. It's going away. I've also got a nice heated steering wheel, which is great, and it's heating the steering wheel, yeah, like all the way around. Some cars, they don't do that. They only give you like a 9 and 3. Toyota, I'm looking at you. That's annoying. High beams on the Corolla, very nice. This 3-liter makes 473 horsepower, of course, twin turbocharged. There's some local authorities making sure that I don't exercise those turbos right now. But it's a lot of power, and it's over the, I think, 343 that comes in the Carrera S. So you do get some goodies if you opt for the GTS model. That being said, do you need it? Not really. A base Carrera is a very fun and fast car, and you know, these things have just gotten so wildly expensive. I think I can go a little bit further up because I won't be blocking that side of it. These have gotten so wildly expensive that I wish that these were the kind of cars that I would look at as potential purchases, because I think, well, you know, I've worked really hard, I've made a lot more money since my engineering days, and yet the prices of 911s have sort of run away, and it's made it so that no matter kind of what little success I've had, I haven't kept up with the price of a 911. Like, that's a bummer, because I used to look at that and think, oh, I'm going to be okay. Like, maybe one day I'll be able to buy myself a new GT3. Like, I can't imagine being able to walk in and order a $250,000 GT3, because the base price is $222. So you're probably looking at $250 the way you're going to want to option it. And that's crazy money. That's like Ferrari money. Okay, here come the bumps. We're going to go back to normal mode. Try to soften this up a little bit. But even this one, I believe, is 196 grand with some miles on it. So, and it's pretty new, 1,200 miles on it. This is actually a great option for someone who's looking to not wait for a 911. If you're like, hey, this is the car I wanted, go get it. And it is a bummer to me, because the 911 shouldn't feel like Ferrari prices, but it kind of does. It kind of does. I'm going to leave this part in just so you can see what it does on the bumps. I saw an article where somebody wrote that the 911 felt supple, and I thought, compared to what? That is not a word that has come to mind during my drives of this car. And I'm not saying that's a negative thing. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of an insane thing to think about when you're driving over some of these bumps and thinking supple. Supple is a word that describes a Bentley. Supple is a word that describes a Rolls Royce or even like a Lexus sedan. I have not once had that thought cross my mind. The steering, though, pretty sublime. Like, this is great. And I do think that a lot of folks think that they're not gonna get the full 911 experience if they don't buy a GT3. Yes, the 911 experience isn't just GT3. While GT3 is a wonderful experience, this is really good, and I do think that you're getting a really absurdly capable, 3-second to 60 sports car that can also tackle a racetrack and do daily duty with an Apple CarPlay and a Bose system and all this good stuff. It's great. They're fantastic. But we have almost 500 horsepower, so we're going to be just fine. But at the end of the day, I'm in a 911. This is a good place to be. Happy boy, and I'm going to be happier in a minute when I get my coffee here at Rook, which I love this. It's a little silver train station. It's like the coolest place for a coffee shop. I'm going to park away from all of the giant SUVs that want to crush my 911 like a bug. Which, ironic, because a lot of people love to make fun of these for being Beetles. So anyway, I'm gonna run in, grab my coffee. Thank you guys so much for this short little commute in the 911 Carrera GTS two-wheel drive soft top. I shouldn't even say soft top. I mean, it's not a hard top, but it is. This is not just like, oh, some fabric. It does a great job, and that's the thing. You completely forget that these convertibles are convertibles when the top is up, because they do behave really nicely. They're quiet. It feels like you're in a coupe, other than the fact that you lose quite a bit of visibility out of that rear quarter. That is a sacrifice, but we can make it if it makes for some great top-down experiences in the warmer weather. I guess we have to have the coffee epilogue. Ugh, a hair! Oh, good Lord. That's okay. It's just a coffee. Anyway, we'll put it in the cup holder of the 992, which is a little nicer than the cup holders in the previous generations were up there. But the real test of a manual driver's smoothness is making sure you don't spill your piping hot coffee on your $200,000 car. Now the only trick is if you have a really tall cup, you have to make sure you get around the cup for shifting, which goes to tell me that everybody got PDK, because that would not have happened. I see a car coming, which is great, but the camera's nice enough to let me know far enough away. Over the tracks. A little bit of bubbling, but we're okay. Oh, that's okay. See, it's not the shift that's gonna do it if we're smooth, it's the bumps. And home sweet home. Mercedes, Little Silver, part of the McGovern Auto Group. Oh my goodness. We're still good. We're still good. All right, I'm gonna park up, get my marching orders, and go shoot some cars. Oh, I really botched that. It's early, man. All right, there we go. Now we're in business. Thanks so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one.